Hey guys, well, you're also welcome to My Way Tarot. This will be a collective love reading for this upcoming weekend as part of the Weekend Romance Lovers in the Air series. So please bear in mind this is a general reading with the messages. Only take what you feel resonates and leave the rest. And please use your own sense of discernment with the messages and not force them to fit with a particular situation. As this is a collective reading, there will be no timestamps for the zodiac signs, but when I call out the zodiac signs, they may resonate with your sun, moon, rising, Venus placements, or for your love interest, the one that's on your mind, their placements, if you happen to know them. Also, guys, it's the weekend again. Time just seems to be flying by. I can't genuinely believe we're nearly halfway through the year, okay? Absolutely insane. But anyway, let's get into your reading. Angels of Love and Light, could please have clear and concise messages for the collective. What do they need to know in regards to love for this upcoming weekend? What do they need to know, please? And thank you. Bottom of the deck, we have the Nine of Swords. Gosh, guys, what is going on? The Hanged One and then the Knight of Swords. Oh, wow. I said the Knight of Swords, but it's the Knight of Wands. We may see the Knight of Swords or air sign placements could be significant, right? But we have Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, and Pisces coming through. Oh, gosh. Somebody is hoping that it's not too late, or they're realizing the possibility that it could be too late in regards to you. Okay? That's what I'm getting straight off the jump, right? What else is going on here, please? Especially if you and someone have previous history. Someone is in their feelings. Someone is kind of realizing why there hasn't been any movement, because there hasn't been any movement on their part, right? So this person may have felt that you were going to be chasing them, but I feel like you've held strong here and you've kind of kept yourself to yourself because, this person needed to show up and do their bit if they're to meet you halfway, right? 333 on the timer, okay? With the Knight of Cups, as I go to effing say that, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. I mean, this indicates somebody coming through with a romantic offer, okay? Somebody coming through to move a connection forward in regards to love. So, yeah, there's something shifting about the love life, okay? What is going on? I'm picking up on a lot of fours because I just saw 404 on my timer. My iPad here to give me the timer so that I can call out the angel numbers to you is on 4%, and I'm filming this at 14:41, so 2:41 in the afternoon, right? So 1441, so mirrored numbers, fours are very, very significant. Okay, what is going on here, please? Knight of Wands. Getting a move on. 444 on the timer now, okay? With the love offer, Page of Cups. Oh, goodness me. What is going on? Six of Pentacles. Somebody is wondering whether it's too late to balance out the situation. They've been trying to figure a way of coming through to you. I know it's the same old message, but the same old energy keeps on coming through, guys. And I can only read the energy of what's showcasing here. So I know that some of you could be feeling relatively fed up with this similar storyline that keeps coming out, but obviously I'm not going to sit here and start fabricating messages just for the sake of it, because I read energy after all, right? So with the effing Lovers, what on earth? I mean, look, somebody that feels this deeper soul connection with you is wanting to come through and bring balance and harmony to this situation. They have realized how deep this goes between the two of you, okay? Or they're just about to. And it's going to change everything. Gemini energy is significant. Gemini season may be important here, okay? I know we haven't got that much longer a Taurus season. So there is something significant about a particular connection changing in the very near future. And maybe up until Gemini Cancer season. So as in the end of May, June, July, with that 7 coming through and the Ace of Wands, there's a breakthrough. I just heard somebody say, well, about time. I get it, guys. I get the frustration. I totally understand that, okay? It's literally like this person has had some clarity and now the vision is clear for them to make their way to you. The path is clear, okay? So this person is going to show you exactly how they feel about you, okay? Five of Swords with the King of Cups. I just heard this person say, like, not to walk away or don't give up on us. Don't give up on me. This person could be in their feelings, okay? They're wanting to manifest this in with the Magician. Gemini, Virgo, Scorpio, they're wanting to come through with an offer of commitment, and potentially that could lead to marriage, right? With that Justice card. This person may have had a lot of distractions, okay? Or people kind of like interfering in their life or interfering in this connection with you. And I feel like they're just kind of getting ready to bulldoze through people in order to make their way to you, because it's getting to a point now where the fact that there may have been so much time that has actually passed where you and this person have had like a breakdown in conversation, right? Or there's been miscommunication. There hasn't been much contact between you and this person because of the external influence, most likely elsewhere. And this person has got to a point now where they took everybody else's opinion into consideration, their thoughts and their feelings on something. I'm hearing a lot of advice, potentially sound advice with a mix in with unsolicited advice and opinions. And so this person has been like filtering through what other people have said, and they're realizing the only opinion that actually matters is their own, and obviously yours, on how you both are feeling about this connection, because it's only really got to do with the two of you, and everyone else is kind of like obsolete. It doesn't matter. So this person is like, look, I paid too much attention to everyone else. I wasn't listening to my intuition. I thought at the time I was doing the right thing. I just heard 10-10 on the timer. This person may have felt like they were protecting you from themselves or from a scenario that they were dealing with that was probably unhealthy. But they've got to a point now. I just heard I just heard like a car horn go outside, so it's a confirmation. This person, it's like I just said, it's not even like stopping at the traffic lights, okay? It's like the way that this person feels, they just feel like running through all the red lights. It doesn't matter if they're kind of rebelling here and to break every rule in the rule book, um, or going against the grain type of thing, they're making their way to you. Okay? Because this person has seen how their life has unfolded with just them kind of sitting back here, and they're realizing that after all this time, you're not the one making any more moves towards them. I don't feel like you're necessarily focusing on somebody else or dealing with somebody else. I mean, it's definitely come across your mind, right? It's not something you've not thought about. But then in the same instance, they know that sooner rather than later, there is going to be somebody new or somebody else, if you already know of this person, coming through to shoot their shot. 6 of Wands. This person wants to have the sense of victory in this connection with you. They want it to go well, right? They really do. But they just keep expecting some sort of trouble if they were to make their way to you. I feel like this person has been so fearful about not speaking necessarily out of turn, but not conducting themselves in a way where they can be able to express their emotions how they wish to. So this person may have real difficulty with connecting and kind of communicating, expressing their emotions. It's interesting because the vibe I'm picking up on is someone is able to kind of stand their ground, right? To back themselves or speak up when it comes to other scenarios, maybe in the workplace or when dealing with friends or family, okay? But when it comes to love and relationships, it's like I'm hearing that's another compartment, right? It's separate because it requires a different approach. And especially with whatever has been going on between the two of you, with certain incidences that happened before, it's like they're having to be wary on some level that they don't just kind of say something that potentially could be interpreted in the wrong way, if you get what I mean, okay? Because they know and realize that this is probably their last shot, okay? And that's what's getting them in their feelings and in their head even more with that 8 of Swords, because that window of opportunity is getting smaller and smaller, and this person can sense it, they can feel it, and it's quite uncomfortable. Whether that is actually a truth or not, whether that is genuinely the case, is another thing. But with how this person is feeling, is that the window opportunity is definitely getting smaller, okay? But they have been very much more in their head about this now more than ever, okay? But they realize that you're not running after them. Heck, you're not even walking behind them. You're standing still, or you've gone in the opposite direction. And you've just kind of let this person go. And then they thought that they would be going off here and then have a little turnaround, you know, a little swivel of the neck to see if you were around, if you were still there, and you're not. And this person may have felt really shocked by that. So then Look, what I just said, that I gave the analogy of them going in one way. They were very much focused on one way. And it's literally like now they're realizing you're not there behind and they're taking a U-turn to make their way back to you. So this person wants to reach out and talk to you. But this person definitely gets a strong impression that you're tired, as an understatement, okay? 666 is significant, and also we had the Lovers not that long ago, which is another 6, so 6666 could be significant. Again, Gemini coming through with the 10 of Cups. The nostalgia that this person has is on another level. The Strength card, Leo energy, Queen of Pentacles, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. This person may have tried to continue on with their life, okay? Focus on their career, on their work, on certain endeavors here, or business ventures, maybe their own family if they have children, or immediate family, you know, parents or relatives, etc. But then they're going about their business and their mind always wanders off. They're not fully present in the room or whoever they're around because they're always daydreaming about you. Imagining life with you. So when this person actually comes through towards you, they are going to be giving to you, okay? To bring balance to this. The Empress. Taurus Libra energy and also Divine Feminine. They're on their way to Divine Feminine. Now you may resonate with Divine Feminine or you're dealing with a Divine Feminine, but we all have masculine feminine energy within us, and as you know, I'm reading energy rather than gender or sex. But the Queen of Swords, this person is coming through to speak to you. Okay, look, not the next card, but this is what wanted to come through. The Ace of Cups and the Justice. This person wants to wholeheartedly open up to you. But this terrifies the absolute bejesus out of them, I just heard, okay? And I feel like you do know that this is a major deal for this person. And that's why you're just going to potentially sit there in silence and listen with whatever it is that they end up saying to you and taking it all in, okay? It's interesting because I just heard, why didn't I do this sooner? It's like as soon as this person gets in your presence and you kind of reacquaint yourselves, as what I'm just hearing, getting reacquainted, right? And you're sitting with each other and you're talking, and it's like, oh, potentially like old times, or as if no time has gone by. You know, when you meet up with a solid friend and it's been forever, but then when you get together, it's like it wasn't even yesterday that you saw each other, that type of feeling. And so when this person's like immediately around you, it's like they soften, they feel safe, they feel secure, they feel, gosh, why didn't I just do this sooner? What was I so antsy about? Why was I kind of in my head so much? Why has it, this whole process, this whole ordeal been such, you know, toil and labor, right? Why is it being so difficult? Why is it been so hard here? 5 of Wands, okay? But this person had been dealing with a battle with their ego and their intuition. An ego with their higher self is what I've heard, okay? And so now that they've pinpointed, you know, certain things here on what it is that they want to express to you, they're going to do that. But this person, the way that they view you, they see you as like a god, a goddess, okay? I just heard magnificent. I'm hearing like inspiring. Yeah, the Hermit and the Ace of Wands. If you're somebody that's very spiritual here, this person loves this about you. You come through as very real, very authentic. Like, I'm getting an old soul type of energy. And somebody that has had to make sacrifices, you know, in order to heal, to be there for others, you know, not really having much of a love life. Okay. And this person actually really respects that. The Death card, Scorpio energy. This person is realizing that there aren't really many like you. I'm hearing like you've pulled yourself out from the gutter and you've got into this position and place of where you are right now. Even if you're not necessarily ideally yet where you'd like to be, you power on through. And I'm hearing you're going to get there. This person has this sense of belief in you. And I'm hearing like this person's like a cheerleader for you, okay? Yeah, with the lovers. This person, even at a distance, is admiring you and cheering you from afar. With the Ace of Wands. This person's very passionate about you as well with the Queen of Wands, okay? So don't get it twisted. This person is highly attracted to you, right? Now bear with me, guys. I'm just going to have a sip of my tea. Love it. I've got my Leo mug. Obviously, I can't share it or show it to you now because if I went, you just see the top of it, and if I actually turned the mug, it would spill all over on the card. So I might show it another time. But yeah, so random, I know. But this person really genuinely feels and believes you could have anyone you want, and they've been like battling with themselves because they're like, well, why would they want me? Why me? And then they're thinking to themselves, well, why not me? Why why not why not me? Yeah. Five of Pentacles. They've been dealing with lessons to do with self-worth, but you have as well. You both have. You've both been up against it, you know, either triggered by each other or by other scenarios that you've dealt with in your past. Okay. But I feel like you both have been working through that separately but together at the same time. So this person will be very generous with you. Okay. Temperance and the Three of Wands. All they want is for you both to be on the same wavelength, to have a new beginning, and to get this sorted between you. And this is very much divinely guided, okay? Because this person has genuinely felt the loss of you in this connection, even if you had felt like yourself like they hadn't really experienced a loss, like they hadn't been in this grief energy like you probably have been at some point in this connection, maybe in the earlier stages. But you both have felt the same feelings, the same emotions, okay? Gone through very similar ordeals, trials and tribulations. And now this person is realizing, look, I'm hearing I don't want to go another minute. I don't want to go another day without this person by my side. I want to do life with this person. However long I'm here on this earth, I want to be with them. And nothing and no one can say anything different to try to sway or swindle their way for it to be any other possibility other than that. This person is very much set in their own way, in the realization that there's a soul contract here that is very unique with the Hierophant. Taurus season, we're currently in Taurus season. Happy birthday, Taurus, or happy belated birthday, and we're in the month of May. So change is coming. What else? Anything else that this person wants to say to the collective on how they're feeling, what they want? Or can I focus on new love? What else does this person want to say? Ace of Wands. I feel the connection just as much as you do with Judgment. I mean, this is very powerful. Sagittarius energy. This person knows that they have to leave their old life, their old identity in the past in order to make their way and for there to be movement and alignment brought in this connection with you to embark on this profound journey that the two of you are to be on together. So this person's coming in for a second chance. I know you're sick to death of hearing it. I really get that, guys. I know. But they feel like you're hot. I just heard that you're very attractive, like sexy even, like they love everything about you. Okay? This person is also concerned that if you were to get together with them and start dating and then get into a commitment, that you would be kind of like pining over for your single life, or you'd want to be single, like you'd want to break up and then be single, and then you're not going to kind of go through thick and thin with each other. Like this person is potentially concerned that yes, you'll get together and you'll start dating, or maybe be boyfriend girlfriend, or however the labels are, guys, whatever you want to switch it as, and then you kind of be looking on elsewhere and then wondering about being back to single again. But I don't feel like that's the case. I feel like you're somebody that's either all in or nothing at all, to a certain degree. I mean, sorry, cup of tea because it's getting a bit cold. I feel also as well like this person wants you to know that your single days are numbered, because they're coming through to take you off the market with the Eight of Wands. As I say that, as we speak, they're making moves right now behind the scenes, and maybe they're actually physically moving right now closer to you, and then they just say, oh, I'm in the area, are you free? And you're like, wait, what? It's kind of like an energy of them just kind of rocking up and then showing themselves up at your house, and then you never expect that in a gazillion years with the Tower. And you're like not in a position and place to be like ready to be opening the front door to this person, and you could be there standing there in your pajamas and then they're just there. Can you imagine? Oh, I think that would be absolutely petrifying. Well, for me personally, because it's like, obviously I'm not so good with people just showing up unannounced, or like I would just not, that's not something I'm okay with. Like, give me a time and a place and I'll be there, but showing up without saying of anything, especially when I haven't even given a heads up that I know what day that you're turning up, Absolutely not. So there may be a boundary put in place there. Obviously, everyone's scenario is different, but I mean, yeah. I feel like if this person was to do something like this, it would very much been like a off the cuff, like, do you know what? Eff it, I'm just gonna do it. And they're all excited about it. Um, and then they're on their way. It's literally like on their way there, they're excited. And then as they get ever closer to your home or whatever, it's like the nerves are kicking in, and then they're sitting in the car and they're wondering, oh my gosh, I'm actually here now. Do I actually get out, or was this a silly idea, or do I turn back, or what? Like, I'm getting that, like, oh my gosh, indecisiveness with the Two of Wands. Look at this. Do I? Don't I? Well, I may as well, because I'm already here and I've made the effort to get here. Maybe I should give them a text. No, actually, if I give them a text, they may tell me to go away. But then if I don't text and if I turn up, then it it wouldn't be necessarily considered like, I don't know. I'm just getting that vibe. Like, yeah, a lot of should I, shouldn't I, or maybe I need to come up with another strategy in regards to this Seven of Swords. Okay, this person is making discreet moves towards you, and you have no idea. You're none the wiser. But the universe, the divine, this has been orchestrated. They see it all. They know exactly what's going down. And it's like they're all kind of, I'm hearing all the spirit guides or angels or whoever you resonate with are kind of sitting there all together, getting the popcorn out, ready for, the film to roll out, right? That's what I'm getting. Between the dynamic of what's going to go down, what's going to happen in this scenario. It's so interesting. And they're actually kind of sitting there all excited and giggling and kind of eating their popcorn, going, we've been doing all this work behind the scenes in order for this to happen, and now we get to watch it play out. Mm, yeah. Wonder what's going to happen. And I'm hearing, and they have no idea. I'm hearing they have no idea that they'll work it out and everything will be fine, right? But also, I'm getting they have no idea as the person who's going to have this sprung upon them, right? Potentially you, if it's your own home, or I mean, I'm even getting something like spontaneous, potentially. Like you bump into this person, King of Wands, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, that you just bump into them, or they see you from across a room or something like that. That's very specific, but I'm getting what I'm getting. Anything else from this person? Because I do want to move on elsewhere to the new love. Just anything else this person wants the collective to know. I just heard that oh gosh, that song. It's like a soundtrack, like the opening soundtrack for oh, I want to do bad things with you. Oh gosh, is that like True Blood or Vampire Diaries or something like that? Somebody could really be into like fantasy fiction or something like that. Yeah, I want to do bad things, like that song. Oh gosh, you guys are going to put it in the comments. But this person definitely has certain thoughts that they feel on some level they shouldn't have, but they do. Yeah, with the Eight of Wands, very passionate. Oh my, okay. But you would never know that. Seven of Swords, okay? You're not in the know about this. But this person's definitely had a nice time looking at your pictures or your videos or what have you. They may have quite a vivid imagination. Yeah, Three of Cups and the Hanged One. Yeah, I'm hearing hanging out. This person really does like ponder over what it would be like just the two of you kind of hanging out together again. Yeah, they fantasize about this, they imagine this, okay? And they imagine how it would move from being friends into something more. That if they spoke up, would there be the sense of like wanting to have this go forward? Yeah, the Emperor, Aries energy, divine masculine coming through. And the Magician. Yeah, this person is definitely using certain methods here, okay? To call you in, to bring you in. But I don't feel like that's really worked. Because I feel like you're not budging. You're not moving at all towards this person. Especially if you resonate as like divine feminine energy, you're not moving an inch. This person knows that it's down to them. So they've got to conjure up a plan on how to do this. Any other messages from this person? So this person's going to ring you, call you, text you, maybe like something on your social media or what have you. They're going to inform you that they've just ended something that was really painful, okay, or difficult in their life, or maybe they were just going to open up and say, I wasn't in the best place before. I've been going through some severe difficulties in my life that I didn't want you to kind of really know that I was going through, or I didn't feel like I could communicate with you about it because I wasn't sure of how you're going to perceive me or judge me, or if you were going to criticize me or whatever. But I don't feel like that would have been the case on your end, and I feel deep down this person already knows that that wouldn't be true. But it's whatever story that they've been telling themselves, okay? But this person is going to open up to you about their world, and they want you to open up about your world to them and kind of heal this. The Emperor, Four of Cups. I feel like there's been something to do with the Dark Night. The Soul is significant here for this person. 444 with the Emperor, the Four of Cups, and the Four of Pentacles. I told you that fours were significant, okay? So this person is basically realizing that everything that they've been dealing with in their life up until late has just been kind of, they've been trying to fill up this sense of emptiness or a void. And basically, it's not been what they thought it was going to be. Yeah, definitely a spiritual awakening here with the Hanged One. And we have Archangel Michael coming through with that King of Swords I just got told to say, okay? So their eyes are opening to this. And they've basically had to learn some hard truths about themselves, about their life, about what they were dealing with, who they were dealing with. And that's been a bitter pill to swallow, okay? But now they feel like the time is getting right to come through and offer you what they know that they should have offered you in the first place, but never did. So they're coming through to let you know, look, I know that this is something that I should have offered before, but I let so much of what I was going through in my past get in the way of you and I having of this. But I don't want that to be the case anymore. So with the Wheel of Fortune and Justice and the Page of Pentacles, this person is realizing that they will just about feel like they'll do anything, right? Obviously not of toxic level or unhealthy or anything like that, to be with you. They would move heaven and earth to be with you. That's how they're feeling. So this is a dream come true of a connection for them. Anything else about new love? Before I close up this reading. 444 just come up on the timer, so 40 minutes and 44 seconds. So what's going on with new love? Anything to do with new love? New love? Yep. You're going to have a few suitors that may be fighting over you, okay? Wanting to give to you. This could be, you know, friends that you have already or people that you've worked with. Okay. You may not work with them anymore, but it could have been something from a previous scenario. You may have gone to university or college or school with a particular person, or you're from around the same area, or you could have gone to like the same school but you're in different years, and so therefore like you kind of know of each other, but it's like you may have not had anything associated with being a friend or anything romantic, and they're kind of showcasing some sort of interest. I'm getting something to do with a community here, a group, something maybe sports related or fitness related, or something games related as well. Like maybe like a team-based sport could be significant. Yeah, new love with the Knight of Cups and the Knight of Pentacles. Yeah, there's definitely a few suitors coming through. Okay. And I'm hearing you deserve this with judgment, right? You deserve to have that sense of attention, right? You deserve for people to be coming through and wanting to give to you just as much as you've been giving to others in other connections. There's something to be a lot more requited, okay? This is something that you've dreamed of, right? With the moon. People are viewing you as the person that one can only dream of to have of anything more with. There is somebody new that's wanting to come and build on a connection. They're wanting to be of great support to you. They're going to be someone that's not going to be competing with you. They're going to be someone that is backing you and kind of like wanting you to go after your dreams, your goals, your ambitions, and, you know, follow your passions, follow your heart, do your creative pursuits, or whatever it is that you're wanting out of your life. Like, they want you to do all of these things. There's somebody new that's coming in that isn't going to be trying to stifle your growth or get in the way or hinder your progress or prevent you from going after what it is that you want in your life with certain aspirations that you have. Okay, they're going to be there as like a solid partnership to you. There would be like a loyal friendship there between the two of you. Okay, they're not going to be taking you away from what it is that you love doing, I'm hearing. With that Queen of Wands and the Strength card, like there's going to be two people here that are interdependent rather than codependent, you know, living their own full lives, but in a connection. There is somebody who sees you as the marrying kind, okay? 44 minutes and 44 seconds. Yeah, the Nine of Cups. And then the Wheel of Fortune. Somebody just feels like you cross paths for a reason, like they were destined to meet you. And it's like they called out to the universe and said that they wanted a high-level soulmate, right? And the universe is answering somebody's prayers so that there can be stability and a long-term commitment that could lead to, you know, starting a family or building a family or blending of families or moving in together with someone or having a, you know, a proposal with someone, getting engaged, whatever it is, right? And it's coming sooner than somebody realizes with that Knight of Swords. So I'm hearing get ready so that you're ready when this happens, okay? Because it is going to be a bit of a surprise with the Tower. I'm hearing there's only so much preparation you can actually do because you don't see this coming. But somebody here, a new person, has basically been do you know what it is? I'm hearing like somebody you may have not even actually met yet, a new person, right? And you may have seen their face in a dream or had a conversation with this person in a dream, but you hadn't actually physically met in the material world, like on earth, like as in like together. Like that's what I'm hearing. It's like you and someone have already potentially had a meeting, like some sort of astral traveling here or lucid dreaming or whatever it is, right? And you both have already seen of each other, you've seen of each other's spirit, right? In dream state or in meditative state, but you haven't actually physically met yet. Or it's like, even if you didn't see their face or they didn't see yours in a dream, or they met somebody who doesn't even look like you, but for some reason it was you, if you get what I mean. You know, when you're in a dream sometimes and you know that it's you because you're living, you're getting the perspective, but then when looking out from somebody else's, it's like not you physically, like you're another character. I don't know, I know that sounds a bit weird, but that's the type of vibe I'm getting. But it's like you recognize of the energy of each other's energy. I know that sounds weird, but if it makes sense, it makes sense. So somebody new is wanting to come through. Okay, they're wanting to treat you, they're wanting to spoil you, they're wanting to pamper you. Look at that with the Two of Cups and the Fool. Somebody hopes that you take a leap of faith with them. They may want to go away on a trip together. And look at this, the Fool, the Ten of Cups, and the Ace of Cups. So if you're wanting new love, it's looking very, very promising. And don't hold yourself back, okay? Don't let whatever happened in your past taint the possibility of a future with someone that is, I'm hearing, so right for you. Okay? Yeah, don't let whatever happened before kind of come up from the back of your mind into the forefront of your mind and get you to think on some level, no, this is too good to be true. This can't be. Okay, maybe I'm kind of in la la land over here with the Page of Cups, but I'm hearing it's not too good to be true. I'm hearing it's the real deal. Seven of Pentacles, the Death card, and the Ten of Swords, and the Ace of Cups. You've had a hard enough time in your love life, right? God, I'm getting all choked up with my throat chakra here. It's been a long day, guys. So the universe knows and sees that you have bided your time, okay? And that this blessing is long overdue. And there was potentially someone that you might have wanted to have something more with, and you may feel like, do you know what, I'm gonna call it, you know, it is what it is, to do with that scenario. And there could be somebody else that's coming through on the scene, and your life's getting ready to transform in that regard. And you may have some decisions to make about love, okay? Because it's like the, you know, the situation is, as soon as we feel like we've gotten, you know, let go of someone, they come back in. We've had that kind of detachment, and then somebody else new is coming in and there's a decision to make. So obviously everyone's scenario is different, but I just saw 50 minutes and 5 seconds on the timer. So 5:05 may be important here, or 5:55. But anyway, guys, pretty much all the signs came through. 333, 777, 222, 888, 666 is very significant for numbers. 888, I just got told as well. But that's going to be the end of the reading. So I hope that there have been some messages, a few messages, if not the whole reading, that potentially resonated. And if you have enjoyed this reading and you wish to support myself and the channel, there are donation links available. There is a PayPal link in the description box below, and the other option is Super Thanks, which is listed underneath this video. So thank you so much to those of you who have already donated. I greatly appreciate you. Even if you don't financially donate, a wonderful way to energetically donate is to like, share, subscribe, comment down below, and I'll get back to you guys on those comments when I can. So thank you so much. I do enjoy reading those. Please hit the notification bell so you get an alert as to when I post another video for you and you don't miss out on future updates or content made available on the channel. And if you haven't done so already, please feel free to check out your individual zodiac sign readings that I provide to gain further insight for your timeless tarot messages. But have a wonderful weekend, guys. Sending love and light your way. Many blessings. Take care, and I'll see you soon. Thank you.